Friday nights, DJ Semtex, One Extra. Right now, got one of the sickest that... Yo, the shoes, man. Feeling the shoes.
Thank you.
Got my man Charles Hamilton in the building. What's going on, man?
I'm alive.
Alive and very well. Alive and kicking right now.
Yes, sir.
Good to catch up with you again.
Definitely.
Last time I caught up with you was in the studio in New York. And I had some great things.
Yeah.
And great things all over the airwaves now.
Yeah. I'm very excited about it. You know, like this is an opportunity for me to share my musicianship with the world. But people know me for my sampling, and I'm proud of that. But in order to make the kind of impact that I was kind of raised to make, it requires me to sit behind a piano, pick up a guitar, pick up a bass, and you're going to hear that on this new album. You're going to hear more musicianship.
Let's take it back. First time we caught up, I think it was like 2009 in New York City. Did a sick freestyle for me. And around that time, like, you were highly anticipated. Like, your name was ringing off. You did, you know, the Brooklyn Girls joint, and 50 was talking about you. The whole Interscope situation was going on. What's happened between then and now for people who don't know? Like, what would you say is the best way to summarize it?
A lot of growth. I had to figure out what it is I wanted. I was doing things to make other people happy, and I was, believe it or not, I was holding my tongue and biting my tongue a lot. I was very opinionated, but in order for me to even get these opinions and thoughts out there, I had to go through a self-filter. And when I finally got released from Interscope, I started making the music that I thought I like, that really reflected me. And I was like very proud of that music, but it kind of fell on deaf ears as far as promotion and so on and so forth. Like, fans picked it up if they read my blog, but other than my blog, there was no other way to get my music. So, you know, I just worked even harder so that if ever this music got stumbled upon, it'd be like considered classic, you know. So I just had to, I developed myself a lot, and yeah, obviously, well, I'm not trying to be cocky, but I spent time developing myself musically and personally, so I can hold a certain kind of conversation on a certain level and not necessarily feel as though I have to bite my tongue for the protection of whoever.
Freedom.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you, like, having this conversation with you, like, I want you to, like, I might dodge a question, but I want you to feel free to be yourself. I want people who are around me to feel comfortable in their own skin. Because when I was making music, I was trying to represent a movement, and then I realized that I have a very integral part in it.
Right. So
now that I'm coming to my senses as far as who I am and what I may represent, if I may represent it, I'm getting a lot more support.
Right.
As opposed to being an indentured servant to music.
2009, 2015, what would you say is the main difference between then and now?
Wisdom. A lot of wisdom.
For yourself or for the music in general?
A lot of self-wisdom, and this self-wisdom comes out in the music. Like, there was a point in time where I just did not care. You know what I'm saying? Like, let the record reflect. Like, I did not believe I was going to make it out here. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
you actually thought, I'm never gonna...
Ever. I was just making music for survival. Like, I was begging people, like, even close friends, like, if you want to listen to some music, please listen to this. You know what I mean? Like, they're... Without...
Say it, man.
I'm trying to give you, like, the best possible answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, there wasn't a lot of confidence in what I did other than the music. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I developed a certain technique and a certain style, and I was confident in it because it showed a lot of hard work, but I wasn't confident in it. Right. It was just what I would listen to get me through the day. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't, anyone who on the underground or even in the mainstream, if you're making music to survive, then you're blessed. You know what I mean? Because you're giving it all you got. You don't know when your next session is. You know what I mean? Thankfully, I have friends who help me out, put me in the studio here and there, and try to, you know, get me to see a brighter day in my style of rapping. But it wasn't it wasn't as easy as it may have sounded if anyone ever heard it. You know what I mean? Like there's so many elements to what I was saying, and I wasn't writing, I was coming off the top. So like I would know things about a subject matter and it'd be very subtle. Like I could spit for you like in that manner, but like I would subtly drop science, but only I would know what I was talking about. So if you're really interested in me and what I have to say, the music would lead you to my blog, and on my blog I would explain everything. And the only way I would know people are saying anything is through comments, and I disabled comments. So it should have been apparent that I really didn't care. Right. And I'm working on caring again. And this deal in the music of today and hopefully to come is showing signs of caring.
What was the turning point? Because you've been through a lot, and you know there's bigger background story to what you've been through, what you've experienced, and what the transition. There's a lot of artists that come out and lucky if they can make it. And when I say make it, just even be relevant, or even be appreciated, or even get a fan base. And I think you've been at what could be perceived at the top. You've been through some stuff, and you're coming back through it, and you're coming and you're winning on your own terms, and you seem like a totally different person.
I think that's the key thing, is that it's on my own terms. You know what I mean? Like, I was very protective of people when I had my first deal. The people that I came into the game with, I was very protective of them. Like, they got a lot of my attention. I wasn't paying attention to being on top or anything. In my opinion, the person that was on top was Drake. You know what I mean? So I was just like, well, there goes all my fans. Let me just make sure the people I'm working with are 100% and they can go as hard as Drake did. So hopefully they can achieve a certain kind of mainstream success that I hadn't received or achieved.
What do you think of the Empire TV show?
I think it captures an element of the business that is very shocking. You wouldn't necessarily believe that the kind of stuff that you see on Empire happens in the music business, but it does. And it happens on a scale that you kind of have to believe. You know what I mean? Like grassroots beginning. Certain labels have a grassroots beginning, and in these grassroots you find snakes in the grass. There is gunplay involved, there's money laundering, like there's a lot, and I'm not trying to snitch, but like there's high level, you know, high crimes and misdemeanors. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of stuff happens, and it's not as regal. It's definitely dirty.
I love that show, and there's like a divided opinion on it, because people are either love it and it's a real shock to them and it's a surprise and they take it on an entertainment value, and then there's other people like you're actually in the game and are like, yeah, it's not really like that. It kind of is though. Like there's a lot of things, and I see a lot of people that I recognize on that show. It's like
we can talk about Empire for a minute. There was a scene where like the hottest rapper that was on Empire Records got dropped on the elevator. Yeah. And he was like, well, she's right, your lyrics do suck, you're dropped. Yeah. Stuff like that happens, but it doesn't get publicized, and it's very difficult. Like I was saying, like it's very difficult to believe. It's just like, yeah, like people get cut off that quickly, and there's like gangster repercussions that come with it. So like the unspoken and the unseen in the show is literally there. Like you can draw the conclusion, and it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like that.
It kind of messed up my head when I saw you perform, because it's like, on one hand it's fiction, but on the other hand it's reality. Like when they name drop Kanye and T.I. and then Snoop's in it, and then you was in it performing, I was like, wow, this is surreal, but it's kind of not. I mean, it was a big look for you.
Thank you.
Like, it's one of the biggest, most successful TV shows in the US, right? So that was, being the finale, smacked it, man.
Thank you. I'm glad to see you again. You know what I mean? Like, I was looking all over the internet for that freestyle. Like, I wanted to impress the overseas, because like my sound is kind of dafty, kind of Daft Punkish. My sound at the time was very Daft Punkish, so I was just like, yo, I'm really listening. Like, you guys really make some incredible music. I hear a lot of drum and bass overseas, and I've been getting inspired by drum and bass, Black Sun Empire. I listen to them relentlessly. You ever heard of this group, Level 42? Yeah, like I listen to a lot of Level 42, like just different sounds. You know what I mean? There's a group called Baths. I don't know if you've ever heard of Baths, but they're from the UK. I listen to different sounds and I try to break down how they got a certain thump, and that thump is what I was trying to impress the entire world with, especially the UK. And it just feels good to kind of be embraced by the UK. It's like, it's a mutual love thing. Like, I love y'all as much as y'all love me, you know. And, you know, I just hope to keep the love going. You know, I don't want to be put out of this situation. I don't want to walk away from it. That's one thing that the last time, like, I tried to, minus a couple of incidents, like, I stayed to myself. And it's like the incidents only happened when I left the house. So, like, it just led to my agoraphobia even more. Like, I just didn't go anywhere.
Listen, man, thanks for taking the time out. And I think just make sure you keep coming back to the UK. And then next time, like, we should do this. We should revisit that freestyle, set up the turntable.
I mean, I could, if you, what you want something now? Like, what you
we could do it.
I mean, I don't need a beat. I didn't need a beat last time.
Alright, we'll just do something now.
It wasn't in my past life. I'm mad nice. He had to laugh, right? This is off the cap like mad lice. I tried to impress you, tried to let you know that when I go left, can't nobody catch my dialect. 2, it's numerology and I'm rather new, so my ology gotta be sociology. I'm through. When I come off of the mind, people try to body me because everything I know they never knew. So when I drop science, it turns into math, and they're burning the grass trying to figure out how I do. Different rhyme patterns come in and out of my mind. I find Saturn when I dumb out and get high on the lime. Trying not to get blind by my words, I speak through my sight. This is like Jesus Christ needing to fight the guy that put the nails in his hands because he was impaled by the land. This is far better than the last time, I guarantee it. Like George Foreman and Meineke, can you see it? I knock out words, knock down verbs. Everything is an action until I drop my turds. I shit on the land and clean it up, pooper scooper. I'm busy as a man. You could see the future. That's why you got me on your show. People need to know and believe in the flow. Maybe this is as deep as I can go. And if it isn't, then I'm going to keep going. Energizer Bunny. Shout out to those who find me funny. Here's a LOL. Lots of laughs. Doing this till I get lots of cash and toss it back to the cats who got caps they toss in the air when they graduate. Hopefully that'll get half the hate, so anybody who ends up on that graduation stage will say you have to take away the hate from back in the day when he was on Semtex lyrically bench pressing anyone who spits yet. In jest, I am whack. Endlessly, I prove I am a fact. A lot of cats wonder why I rap. Why would you get in the limelight? That's type whack. The underground saw me as a beacon of light. I didn't see him as light. I saw them as further darkness that an argument could begin with when Charles comes off of the heart with a sentence. Palpitations, half of these cats waiting, probably masturbating, having to debate whether or not this cat is really flagrant when he says half of the fly shit he needs to say. Once again, this is the Jesus way, but I'm not religious, rather sacrilegious when I rap from the fitted. And this cap is ridiculous. All the thoughts from under it, they like come again. The Undertaker beat Bray Wyatt, I'm pissed off. He's not a faker, but hey, I'm high as a liftoff. But that's NASA, I'm with BBC. Like the Billionaire Boys Club, you need to see it to believe it when the kid is spitting. He's a genius, but that's me giving myself a compliment. I guess hating on me is common sense for a lot of kids who are dense, while I'm about to rock they sense. Stop the fence when I'm kicking ass and taking names, breaking fences like what's her name in the day. Not Jenga at all, but I'm taking off in the planet of the apes. Damn it, I am great. Translate if you may. Type down the shit I say. The shit's amazing. It's like Rosetta Stone, don't let me go, so forever and clever from the dome. I can go forever, but you better let me know when to stop. These headphones are leather, but they're hot. They're melting because they hear all the shit that I'm saying. Melting all the tears from the shit that I'm saying. Melting from the tears and the shit that's decaying. Help me if you hear, because my shit isn't playing. It's not playing. I'm moving the mouse, put my ID number in, and I'm moving the house. Usually I can find a beautiful spouse, beautiful hoes, trying to get a beautiful house and completely doubt it like talking heads. I talk ahead of my time and stalk those who give me cred. Like thank you, such is the case with Semtex. Like I said, I'm whack but in jest, and a lot of truth is said in jest. Might as well shake me up like Etch-a-Sketch and draw a better bet. Like you can bet this is a real figure. I'm a real hang out like Hill figure. Gold figure. It made too much sense for these gold diggers. You grew up since. I give a lot of props to the high and low. But will I ever get my props? I don't know.
I think you're getting your props, man. You're good. You're good.
Thank you.
It's like I said, man, just keep coming back to the UK, man. It's good to see you back on site, all of that. It's dope. It's dope. It's
Thank
cool,
you,
man.